everybody, and welcome back to the greatest podcast on the planet of all time. Is What Are We Talking About? I am your host, RulezVT, and your better host is sitting over there, Trevady. And we have a very special guest today, our good friend, the Danest of dudes, the dude of the week, the dude of the time, Dan Dude VR.
In front of a live studio audience, apparently.
Exactly.
Recorded.
Yeah. Woo! All right.
Now I gotta.
Dan, dude, how about you tell?
I gotta hold. I'll just hold that thought, okay? I want to introduce that we have we also have another special guest right now, okay? We have a special co-host.
Wait, what?
We have a new co-host. They're a special co-host. They're a special guest co-host, and we have it. They are named HyroXZ. And they applied on the website, and we now have a special guest co-host.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so glad I won that. I won the thing. If y'all don't know, if you go to the website of whatarewetalkingabout.lol, you can actually sign up to be a guest on. So, of course, at 3 a.m., what does little Hyrule do? I sign up. I entered the whole information and everything else, and I got on.
Yeah, you're going on as my co-host.
It's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, we got rid of RulezVT and replaced it with HyroXZ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the main reason why I did it is because, one, I wanted to know the experience myself, and also, two, why not? It's great, simple. It's very, very easy. You just fill out you just go to the website, go to the guest app. I think that's what it's called.
That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, go to the guest app and fill out that information, and you can be on the show. All right. So, after our little thingamabob that we just talked about, dude, do you want to talk a little bit about yourself? Introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, of course.
All that good fun stuff.
No, I just want to go home and grab myself a Big Mac, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, the show's over, guys. We're done. We're done.
That was a good episode.
Okay, so my name's Dan Dude VR. I'm a VTuber streamer. Stream on Twitch. I used to co-stream with YouTube, but Twitch has updated their terms on what to stream. So it's a long story, which I'm not going to explain about that. But yeah, I do comedy stuff like improv. Use my soundboard. It just recently hurt me. and you know, whatever comes to things as well. I also do games, so every once in a while I'll use the Wrong Answers game, and I also have a surprise app that I'll explain a little more later, which I just finished. The core part of the game, the game is finished. So, but yeah, really cool. I'd love to hang around in VR chat. You know, back in the days when public was better public than wrecked public instances. You know how that goes. So, which is why I'll explain more why I became a Silent Guardian. So, anywho, but yeah, mainly I started to stream with VR chat VODs, and then later on I did some variety. So I wanted to also to play some variety games. The Terrible Tuesday, where I used the Marbles game to select a random game for me. And yeah, the unfortunate thing happened once again, where I had to play, oh god, what was that game again that I don't want to play anymore?
Fortnite?
Getting over it. Yes, getting over it. Oh my god.
Trev.
Oh,
what?
This game kills me. So.
That can be a segment!
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
Think about it. We go to the Marbles game. We just get some random topics into it, like literally off the wall shit and stuff, and we play the Marbles game, and then that's the topic we have to talk about with a guest.
But that takes minutes. Just spin the wheel.
Who cares? We'll talk for the 5 minutes that it takes. It's fine.
Or
I think it would be funny.
here's what we'll do. We'll just go. We'll just go over and grab a wheel. You need to make a ticker wheel.
No,
Yeah, that's it. Grab a wheel.
I think that would be. Okay, yeah, we probably should
Wheel
do
of
a wheel. That'd
Topics.
probably be better.
Wheel. Oh, what are we talking about?
There you go.
Yes! I really want this, but yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Okay,
this is episode 9.
Episode number 9.
Yes.
Featuring Trevady
Oh, is it
and
9?
High Rules.
I never know. I thought
guest
it was
star,
probably episode 40 by
And
this
as we
point.
are.
Yes, I know. Next week will be double digits. We become 10.
Oh, yay, number
Double
10.
digits, huh?
That's the one we get TFM Johnny. Yay.
Oh, okay. Well, ding.
No, we're not making it 10. But I will ask him. I will tell him about the podcast now. I think
Just
now
don't tell
it's
him
a
about-
good time to say,
don't tell-
hey,
Just don't bring up the secret
I
button.
won't tell him about the tea, I promise.
The T.
That's how we're going to name it. But delete it, please. I don't feel comfortable having it.
All right, I'm doing it right now.
Really?
I swear to God, if you just delete the T, no, you know what, Trev? Don't
What?
even change anything. Just delete the actual T from WAWTA.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just
That's all you do.
Wawa.
Too late. I recorded
We
it.
can't take Wawa. That's a convenience store in the East Coast. Wawa.
Wawa.
Yeah, you can't have Wawa.
Well, what are we talking about?
WAWTA. Yeah, WAWTA. WAWTA?
So you had a list of
Hydrate.
topics over there. I had something on my mind and I
Yes.
completely forgot what it was. So now I'll have to think about it.
Of course. All right. Well, anyway, I guess let's start off something very simple. Dan, dude, how did you get your name?
I had started off with, I guess, one of the early internet names that I started with. I originally started with Dan Dude, but once I got into VR, that's when I changed it. There
Let
was
me
another
guess.
one that I have an alias, but that's totally different.
Let me guess. The VR stands for virtual reality.
You got it.
Yes. 1 point for me.
Oh, I thought it meant for Venus Rec Room. That was a bad joke. I'm so sorry on that one. That was terrible. I was trying to think of a word with V, and I couldn't think of one.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Okay. Yep. We're starting
Wow.
it strong here.
Yeah, that was awful. I'm sorry. Oh, I got a hair in my mouth. Ed.
What is happening over there? What is going
I
on?
have a hair in my
Put your
mouth.
finger next to your mouth and move the hair away.
That's gross.
Why? Are you...
That
So okay, okay, this goes back to what, episode 7, when you were talking about drinking glue. So you still have some residue glue in your mouth, and your hair
Wait,
just
what?
gets stuck in there.
Trev, how do you know every episode what we talk about? I barely know what I talked about this damn morning. How do you know? Like, you're just like, oh yeah, you remember episode 3 when Howard talked about his balls? I'm like, no, bro, how do you know
No.
that?
No, the balls episode was 6.
My point exactly. But gosh. But anyway, I guess the next question I can ask is, what got you into creating content in virtual reality?
I was looking through my other streamers who I've seen many years ago, streaming VR chat content. VR chat was a thing, but before desktop avatars became a thing. They flocked over to VR chat. They would create their custom worlds, or just hang around, do this and that, do some funny jokes. My friends who used to be in VR chat, they do some adult jokes too. Before thing became super regulated by Twitch. But it was a thing, and it was a thing. But hey, you know what? It was like gay kissing at one time.
What
There
do you
was
mean
gay
at one
marriage
time? That's just
in
VR chat in
VR
a
chat.
nutshell.
I was like,
Well,
yeah.
Is that not still
But,
around? I feel like it's more gay now than it was earlier. But
well,
I mean,
let you
tis the
know,
month, right?
anything can happen in the world of VR. Yep.
which is pretty good. I like it. But
I just
yeah.
thought of the title.
Do you what?
VR stands for Venus and the whatever the hell the
That's-
other second word was.
I said rec room.
Penis rocket ship?
Penis rec room.
Oh, rec room? No.
Well, that's
No.
what because I couldn't think of 2 words, and that's the first 2 that came to mind because one of the questions has it. Okay, Darth Vader. Okay, next question. Let's do this one. Have you? Never mind, I said that wrong. Have there been any major challenges or obstacles that you had to overcome while creating VR content? And if so, how did you deal with them? Like, was there like any big
definitely.
hurdles? Or
You know,
anything?
when
Okay.
I was hanging around in the public instances of VR chat, I never knew that when VR chat was becoming popular, you know, there's a saying called "If you build it, they will come." And boy, did they come!
Oh yeah, that's
First of all, you had
yeah.
the wreckers who are trying to be purists and trying to convert people from gay to straight by joining their cult.
Really?
It's like, yes, that's one thing. Another thing is
my
just
gosh!
simply crashing,
I've never heard of that one.
crashing streamers left and right.
Oh.
Yeah. Not to mention you have the good people there, but some random person will come in and then they will just crash the world. In other
Yeah.
cases, they would go even worse by manipulating a conversation and then all of a sudden blanket the world with toxic material. Say stop streaming
Yeah.
or the N-word. You know, everybody's saying it's a thing now, but unfortunately, there's still people who are sensitive to such content like that, and it's not really recommended
yeah.
to do that at all. And for that, I had to develop some tools for my stream to mute completely, block the person. The best thing about now, whether you mute or block the person, you capture their unique ID and you can report it to the moderators on their website. Now it makes it easier. All you have to do is just open up your menu, click on the exclamation point, and you can report a user, you can report an avatar, you can report this world. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Report a group or view reports. Yes, view reports. And I just clicked on it just now, and I can see my recent reports that I put in, and I can actually go back to it. Now,
does it tell
an
you how
awful
many?
lot. It doesn't tell me.
Oh.
But as I see here, it's a super long list of my reports. One of them, who looks like remove group public moderation, hateful in description. If his picture is blank, he's permanently deleted from VR chat.
Really?
I actually did not
Yes.
know about this
I didn't
menu
know that.
whatsoever.
Holy shit, this is a super long list.
Yeah, no,
I didn't even know this existed.
yeah, I didn't even notice this here either. Because
Yes, it does.
I've reported
it
a
now
few.
keeps track of your logs.
The only thing I've ever reported
Yeah,
is
so
roles,
not
and
just
it's usually just for
logging.
like inappropriate like
It's
environment.
not just for pleasure. You can also use the reporting tool to make the VR chat better. So that's the best thing. And I
That's the beauty
even
of it.
sent out bulletins to let people know if there is something that's going to be really toxic. One of my
I've seen
friends
them.
who went out of his way to let me know if a very toxic, they call them gang monkeys, where they have their own cults or gangs, so that's where they could raid a public instance and bash the people in there. Whether they would just, end bombing, crashing the entire instance. Modding was the thing where it just really made things really terrible. Now, good people try to, use it for good stuff. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Nobody ever had permission to mod VR chat. In fact, the owners
Yes.
strictly prohibit that, even though people were lied to, saying that, oh, there is an approved mod, you should use this. Hell no. It never
Yeah, that's true.
existed
There wasn't a
to the very first day it came out. True story.
Yeah.
I got some stories of my own about how VR chat was born too. So
Well, now they've implemented a bunch of those like quality of life mods in there, like the personal mirror, which I never use, and a bunch of the other random stuff in there.
quality mods, they were
used-
trying to make these quality of life mods to combat the toxic mods that would take over an instance, remove the master of the instance, or manipulate objects in the world that will circle around you
Oh God,
like
remember that
moons
way
of a
back in the
planet.
day.
Yeah, we remember that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
thought,
that was way-
oh,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
oh yeah, that
that's
was
how-
the thing. Someone modified it to grab all the users in one world and have them circulate to this one user. It's like, what the F?
That's
Am I
kind
allowed
of
to
funny,
swear?
actually.
Yeah, you're good. I rate all these. So
Are you sure about that?
yeah, no, I
Are you
rate.
sure about
yeah,
that?
no, no.
I'm keeping it. I'm trying to keep it
Literally
cool here.
every platform I've listed on it has
no,
an E
you're
next
fine,
to it.
man.
It is explicit. We're
Like-
fine.
Literally, like, I think, like, what, 3 episodes I talked about my balls, so yeah, you're fine. Like, like, Dan, if I'm on the podcast and I literally have full range, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, you're fine. It's okay. You're good. You're good.
I don't know what I'm going to say next, but kind of jumping off of that mod thing he was talking about.
Yes.
Not go off of that and stuff, but I don't know if I should say this or not, but I used mods back in the day. Like you know, I had a
Shame on
client
you.
and everything else.
Shame on you.
Well,
I
was
know a
just
couple
like
of people
the
who
thing,
did that.
Well, the thing about it was just the community that I was in. It was very encouraged to use mods and stuff like that. And
Oh yeah.
at one point,
if you don't mind me interrupting for just a second, they use these quality of life gimmicks, mirrors in front of
Yeah.
you. That's one thing. Yeeting another person across the room without their consent is
Yeah.
another thing. And that's why they were convinced that say, oh, mods are cool. They're absolutely not. So they actually do open a back door. They actually stole avatars, whichever you switch them to. They can dox you by revealing your location and destroy your Discord. Anyone who had servers, holy shit, dude, their accounts got compromised and they took over their Discord servers, all because of VRChat modding.
Yep.
That's why VRChat modding is a strict no-no. So, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
strict
you can say that,
no-no.
I guess a lot of games, like
But-
VRChat's not even like one of the games that would even have that, right? Like we have sort of like other games.
It's not
too.
a game.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go
not a
again.
game.
Here we go with
Everyone
that.
thinks
Here we go.
it's
here
a game.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone thinks it's a game. It's actually not. It's a virtual social platform, which has game-like
that's how I see it
features.
too.
But do you come in, grab a gun, you see your tributes, and shoot somebody? No, you don't do that. You just come in, socialize. That's it. We have game worlds that you can, have fun with all this and that. All you have to do is just join with your friends. But primarily, and they actually worked off of this vintage app back at the turn of the century called Second Life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was an article in
Yeah.
Popular Science. Yes, there was a Popular Science article explaining about Second Life at the turn of the century. I commented saying we should really have a virtual social platform where it's free, 1, we can make our own worlds and avatars, 2, and it's fun for everyone, 3. These 2 guys went out of their way to secure stock market stocks to make VRChat free. And I congratulate them for doing that,
Thank you.
for bringing
a lot,
VRChat to life 10 years ago.
Gonna say that, yeah. I wouldn't know
it's awesome.
any of you or any of these people or like anyone I know without like this whole like I guess platform. What's called that? Oh man, it's
Well,
Yeah.
damn, I guess I didn't really need questions
But
because
Second-
I'm like, damn.
Oh, yeah,
this
Second
is one
Life
of the
was the
best
premiere.
games we
Yeah.
had.
yeah.
It's like, it's just the fact of like,
But yeah, to go
I
back
was
to
like,
the
oh,
And
that
damn
was
if I
really
do,
good.
if I can find that article and see if I can find myself commenting that, holy shit,
by
I
all
will blow
means,
this
yes,
up.
that would be awesome. That's really, really cool.
That all depends on how I can still find this this popular science
What was I talking about?
article online.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so back to your whole thing
so-
with the Publix, like Publix being an issue way back in the day.
public
There-
instances.
well,
yes.
Okay, so they're
some are
ki-
good, some are bad.
They're kind of an issue now because of the whole groups thing. So anytime I've ever joined a Publix groups, sometimes you get like a bouncer or someone coming up to you asking, "Hey, what are you doing here?" or "What are your intentions?" or like it's like this is a public world. Like I don't know. It's just I've had too many bad experiences in the
Group
Publix.
Publix.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
that's,
There
like,
are
that
pros and
bad.
cons with group Publix. The pros are it was
yeah, I
intended
kinda see
for
what you're-
people to come join their group as to socialize, have fun, play games and such with moderators. So their own set of moderators, like for example, if TM Johnny comes in and he's got his quote unquote secret service moderating the group public, you know, that's what it was meant to be.
and that makes sense.
However,
But people are also
Mhm.
abusing it. Like I've joined group instances. I haven't even walked in and said hi to anyone, and immediately get kicked. It's like, oh, what?
well, I had my share experience too because I asked and to see what was going on. I had one person approach me. I says, "Yes." I said, "Are you streaming?" "Yes." "Did I catch you at a bad time?" I continued with my question. I says, "Well, we're not going to allow this right now." I said, "Well, that's the price you pay with Publix instances, but I'm going to go right now, so I'll see you later." And before I even opened up my menu, I got kicked out of the instance.
Yep.
to go back home. So yeah, ready when I was to hit the home button, I get this message saying I got kicked out of the instance.
Yeah, I just
Wow,
at
that's
this
crazy.
point, unless I know
Yeah,
the
it
group,
is.
I'm just avoid group Publix altogether.
Exactly. Know
yeah,
the
that's
group.
probably the best.
Don't
thing to
just
do.
wander into any public instances, especially when it comes to the bars. They now have a controlled bar, as it's called Sunset Bar.
It's
This guy really went out of his way. I don't know if it's his team or the individual. He really went out of his way to regulate the instance or the world, his world. So you can have as many instances
wow.
as possible. You can assign people to become the boss, the staff, security, and more. They can all do that. They have a
Really?
controlled entrance, which you need to say your birth date and then go in. But they can automatically tell, you know, whatever is fishy, and they'll just deny access. And if someone is going to be pissy about it, they're going to wreck the instance by using a crashing avatar or some other things like taking over the instance with script, what they call script kiddies. Yeah, that's going to be
yeah.
a superficial ban right there. So that's why we have this little exclamation point at the top. So if someone is going to be real pissy, breaking TOS rules,
What?
everybody's got to
Yeah,
follow
so
them.
if you open your
No
quick
matter what,
menu
you
and
don't
click
just agree to
the-
it. You have
Oh
to
my
follow
gosh, I never
it
knew that was a feature.
24/7.
Yeah. And you can
So-
report. You could review all your reports. Yeah, that's literally what was just mentioned. I was like, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
was just
seen that button
mentioning it. You
before.
can
didn't
actually
know.
review your ports.
Yeah,
I
Yeah, you
didn't
just
even know
open
that
up
was
your,
like a
your
quick
menu.
menu thing. That's
click
so
on
cool.
view reports.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's so good. Kind of backtracking for a second. So, like I said, I used a client and I used mods because the community I was very much into, because I wasn't in a great community, they kind of they were like, hey, it was very, very like normalized, right? And
Supposedly.
then at one point, I got so pissed off of how long it was taking the game to load. And I was having and it was mods to help improve the game, right? But it was taking so long for the game to load that I just decided to literally just uninstall everything and literally delete it. Did a fresh install on VR chat, and I had no problems ever since. And I'm glad I never did go back.
That's the other thing
But,
too. A lot of it has like
that's
bloatware
good.
and other shit running in the background, right? So that's gonna.
Yeah, let me know
I-
about EAS. Easy anti-cheat. I have a story on that
I have
too.
a great question. Yes, I have a great question about
Mhm.
that. And also, if we ever get Tupper onto the show, I'm gonna ask him this question as well too.
Well, he's met Tupper apparently,
Well,
so
because
the
it-
client that say
so a
that's
few weeks ago,
confidential.
right?
Yeah. So my question about EAC is that I think EAC was a good thing overall. I think it was a great thing that they actually did do, but I didn't
Yes.
like how they implemented it. So how they
Well,
initially
here.
said it and did it. I didn't really like.
I
think what
actually
they should have done,
suggested that to
in
them.
my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I actually
Well, I think
suggested
what they
that
should
to
have done
them.
in my
What?
Yeah, what I think they should have done, in my opinion, and stuff, was that
I'll tell you
they
more in
should have
just a
had
second.
put in. Yeah, they should have done everything else first, of like putting in all the quality of life features and stuff, and then say, "Hey, we're going to implement EAC." What do you think
That's a
they
good
should have
point,
done?
but I'll explain why they couldn't do that. So we all knew 2 years ago that modding was just insanely out of control.
Yeah, it was rampant.
How are they going to represent the stockholders, saying that we've got this under control when everybody is doing this out of control? You know, they actually supplied the money to the team to make VRChat free. We're not going to be here to abuse it. So I DM'd them on Twitter and say, this modding is really out of control. I highly recommend getting some anti-cheat software that they've been using on first-person shooter games. Call of Duty has Ricochet. A few others uses the easy anti-cheat. And then a few others are using others. So I suggested seeing something similar to the Epic's easy anti-cheat, which is something better than nothing, or choose a few others. You know, put your place on the table, put your suggestions on the table. If this is going to work, go with it. Once you have that in place, secure your software. So this way, once EAS is in place, they can roll out the quality of life features that we've been begging for months. Once it's secured, like locked in a safe, that's when they are guaranteed that there will be nothing else that goes in their way to make the quality of life features and other features that will make VRChat really cool as today. So that's why I suggested that to them.
That makes sense. I didn't think of it like that, because if you didn't do that, a modder could change something, and I could see that, because out of spite or something.
You were saying?
You probably weren't the only one who like recommended the whole EAC thing. It's like they're not going to take one opinion like, hey, we're going to implement that, right? You're not the sole person.
Well, I'm sure they had to talk to the moderators too, because when they tried to ban the moderators for modding, they cried like babies. They literally cried like babies on Twitter. There was a huge uproar of people bashing VRChat, and that's why they saw their ratings go down. What the hell?
Let's be real.
You don't do this to people who made VRChat. They are the ones who gave you this in the first place. You do not abuse them.
Okay, I understand that, but there's also a bunch of hype. There's a bunch of hype and shit around that too, and I'm going to be honest, I got kind of caught up in that. I still have a negative review on Steam for that, and I got to go in there and fix that. But
I still see a review on Steam right now that you've never changed. And I was this close. I was this close.
That's really funny.
To say, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, so the only reason I haven't changed it is because I had reviewed it at 420.69 hours into the game.
At the time
That's
that
so funny.
I
I will say, from kind of continuing from the uproar and stuff, I will say I got caught up into all that mess as well. For my personal thing, I'm a very emotional person. So, and two, I'm not smart. I'm very, very gullible. So I think it was just
I still accept you as a friend.
I love. well, yeah, but one, I think it was just I was super upset about a game that was changing, and I didn't know the outcome.
Well,
in the future.
That's the biggest thing. People hate change.
Everybody thought it was going to be super terrible when EAS was going to go into effect. I went 24 hours before they implemented it into the public worlds and randomly asked people to say, how many times have you been crashed? One person approached me and said 20 times in 2 hours. Like, holy shit, dude. And people are still worming. The records are still worming around the features. bypassing ES. Well, we're going to get smarter and smarter. Once we find out that how you do that, we're going to implement some new tools. Don't continue to worm around that shit. Seriously, you're just going to make it worse for yourself. I've seen ban evaders keep getting banned and banned and banned every time they approach me. I'm not joking. I have videos. I have logs. And if they continue to do this, I am going to keep shoving their shit down their throats until they stop.
I was gonna say, Matt, at this point, you just may as well just be a VR chat moderator, like an unofficial one. You just the unofficial status.
That's the reason why I became a silent guardian. Yeah, it's a reason why I became a silent guardian, because I'm here to protect VR chat from these no-nos. I am trying to keep VR chat safe and secure. But if people does these stupid bullshit, I wonder what's clicking in their heads. All I can say is, they're high. They can't enjoy drinking nights without being crashed. I was like, come on, don't do that. We've got VR chat here. It's supposed to be good for everyone. Don't wreck it for other people just because you don't believe that shit. Stay out of it. Sell your computer. Go touch some grass.
Well, wow.
But for the people, for the people who come into VR chat, they're either depressed, have anxiety issues, or some other mental disorder. You're raising your hand.
No, I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
Would you like to speak?
Pointing.
Okay.
Yes, this is what.
They come in here to escape reality.
Exactly.
Yes, they come. They come in here to escape reality. They would love to hang around with these cool people across the world, and it's a wonderful thing. But when you have people that wreck it, especially going after these controlled bars right now, and proclaim themselves as these new gang mummies, gang monkeys. Fuck you. Take off. There's the door. Take off your headset or sell your computer since you don't have a headset. These wreckers don't have headsets. So, I can see why.
That's true.
And if they continue to do this, well, guess what? Your IP is going to get blocked. Your VPN is going to get blocked. And then you wonder why some people who are using the VPN suddenly can't get on because this wrecker actually used their VPN. Yeah. So... that's what happened, and then VRChat has no other choice but to reinstate it. It's like, great. So, I do go after these wreckers who go after me.
The only issue I have with EAC, and it's not a VRChat thing, is some games I play are running a completely different version of EAC. So if I have VRChat open, like streaming or whatever, and I'm using just my avatar as the with a green screen or whatever in the background, then I can't launch another game because hey, you're using a different version of EAC. Please close your first game and then relaunch. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, real.
Yes. This is the issue sometimes.
That's kind of the biggest issue I've had.
In some cases, I didn't have that. The only issue I had was when my PC motherboard was malfunctioning. Whether it was dirty sockets for memory, dirty socket for my graphics card. I cleaned the whole thing out just about a month ago.
Your sockets.
More than a month ago.
But
can I come on over and slap you? Ow, my monitor.
You actually? Is it
what did I do? I smacked the professional touchscreen monitor. Okay. Damn it! I need to move away from my desk.
So you're really well known for going into public lobbies and stuff like this.
I've been doing this. I'm a professional streamer who goes into public lobbies. I know how to moderate myself, and etc. etc.
I think that's how I came across. That's how I found you for the first time. Was it through a public lobby? I think it's what.
Yes, you were in the. We were in the Black Cat.
Oh, okay.
Where you first were doing some.
Oh God.
Playback skits.
Oh yeah, soundboarding.
Name jokes
See,
or
this
something.
is how I made friends.
You had your own soundboarding as well.
Yep.
That's
how Hyrule and I became friends. was soundboarding.
Hyrule later. I also met Neko Kitty. I also met Ultra Omega Wolf, who was kind of like lost in this world for about 5 minutes behind the stage on Inside the Great Pug. I said, "What are you doing?" And he comes out and said, "Nothing." So I've met quite a lot of people. So yeah.
Yeah. So how did you see it change over time? Like was it like a good change, or like you think it got worsened over time as the environment, as VR chat's changed over the years?
It definitely has some pros and cons right now. Well, one, we now have quality of life features. Two, we are able to interact with our avatars now. Then we now have a system where you can, you know, shape our tails into something, I don't know, like walk like an Egyptian or something. I don't know.
I really like the really
stick
stretched
my
one, but...
tails up in the air and say, "What are you doing, Trevady?"
I totally have never done that. I don't know what you're talking about.
They try to rearrange my fox ears too. It's like, ever since that new system came out, everybody was just rearranging the parts of their avatars. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And we also had the option to turn them off if it gets a little weird. So it also, that's the coolest part about these features. They have toggles that you can switch them on and off if you feel that you're not comfortable with. So speaking about it, we're no longer using boops.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. It's like, did you hear about the news about boops being like disabled?
So, okay, I don't.
Which I'm very happy about.
They're disabling in the open beta right now.
I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? So I can't come up to you and be like, boop.
No,
like,
so
I don't understand.
So you know how Trev, you know how pokes work on Facebook?
Oh god, I haven't been poked in years in Facebook.
Well, that was kind of how it was, but it shoots out like a whole bunch of like emoji particles out.
Wait, how do you boop someone? Because I'm not on the beta. Where is it under? Please.
You can't. They got rid of it.
No, they got rid of it on the beta, but how do you do it in person? Like now?
No, they don't have it at all. It's like it was a thing that they was going to add, but they removed it completely because it was going to be used as a tool to harass people like very, very easily. And that was like one of the things. And
to
also,
some people, they were using it to harass it.
Yeah, but, and that's the first thing that I saw when I saw it. It's like, that's a tool to harass people.
Well, they're going to come out with a more controlled feature, so you would have the capability of switching it off. So to make things more convenient for you, you know, not everybody's going to see it turned back on. Actually, probably default it to off at first until you want to try out the feature yourself or with a friend and see how it works. If it's cool, leave it on. If it's not cool, leave it off. Simple as that.
I will say, I feel like over the years, the VR chat team's gotten really better at listening to the community, into a sense, because I feel like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, they would add a feature and the community would be like, "Hey, we don't like that." And they would be like, "Well, tough shit, we're not going to change it." But now it feels like, "Hey, we're going to implement this feature and stuff." And the community's like, "Hey, we don't really like this. Could you change a thing?" Now they're kind of like, "Okay, yeah, sure, we'll try." Like it seems like they're trying to like listen to the community a lot more. I know a lot of people don't have that same opinion. I've seen the big change of it and stuff. And I applaud, because a lot of game developers do not listen to their communities. It is a very common thing with a lot of different games, with their communities that create stuff and stuff like that. It's a very, very common thing. But like you said, this is more of a platform than a game. But
yes, it is a platform of the game, which means that they can do whatever they want. My suggestion is, if you're going to publish something that is not yet available to the public, please don't. Leave it in private. You can invite your friends over to test it out, but don't leave the worlds open in public when it's not finished. I might stumble into one of your worlds, and only to see that it's actually incomplete, worthless to spend time there, and I just move on. So please be careful. Don't publish your world right away.
To be honest, I just report those worlds.
Right, give me 1 second.
It was like unfinished.
Do not
like,
upload world you just made 5 minutes ago. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and next
don't
thing you
put
know,
secrets
it's
that
out
you,
of community labs already. Yeah, don't do this as a way of getting their world out of community labs.
I
Please
found
don't.
out. So VRChat made a recent update with community labs. Before you had to have like a certain amount of interest in the world, right? Now it's based off view count. You have to pass
Yeah.
200 views, 200 visits, and then it immediately gets out of labs.
Really?
Yeah. That's how I got the cozy world of the labs. I just
Really?
kept visiting every so often and just bumped it up to 200 just to verify if that's what happened. It got over 200. It was out of labs.
Okay, now.
Trev, that's amazing. I love how you just said your own thing of like, I made my own success. Eat it. Like, that's
there it is.
awesome.
Yeah, so the minimum of
so
views,
cool.
it doesn't matter how many favorites or anything else, you have to surpass 200 visits and then you're out of labs.
Really? It's just past 200 visits. Okay. Well, that's good to know
That's
that I
why
can make a shitty
99%
world
of
visit
world-
200 times and then...
And then VRChat team changes it again.
Yeah, exactly. They've heard this podcast like, they
Yeah,
found our
that
secret.
sounds-
We got-
I feel like if they're arguing to like that, I think you should probably have like 200 views and like maybe like 50 likes or something like that, or like 50
I
favorites.
think
guess.
they made that change though after they added the new and noteworthy category. So you get all the like somewhat interesting
okay.
worlds and stuff that end up on there, which are a bit more
Yeah,
variety
the new
than
one.
just
Yeah,
the
it's actually
same
a pretty cool
than
menu.
the same like cookie cutter stuff that people buy off Gumroad or Booth or whatever and just upload as their own. Those just end up in the new
Yeah, that's
category,
true,
and the
too.
new and noteworthy just you get some pretty interesting worlds in there.
Oh, okay. This is actually a good little question. With the rise of interactive experiences in virtual reality include the popularity of games of like Dreamscape or Rec Room. What does this mean for the future of social media and entertainment for you?
You
So,
did
like,
not write that question.
would there be like more games?
You did not.
No, I used AI.
Okay, that's what I figured. I'm like, there's no way.
By all means, I didn't use AI. I could do these questions. The last two I did do,
Okay,
but
I'm like,
I was
there's
trying
no-
out like a new thing. That I was
Earlier, you're like,
thinking
I'm stupid. I'm like, this is not a rules question.
Yeah, but I literally did like it. It actually gave me like pretty cool like I like the general talk bits that it gave me and stuff. But I was going to rephrase it as something of like, do you think there will be more games like VR chat, but different? So
What was that one
Let's take-
that was pretty much revealed? I think it's like I call it a second generation of Neos. It was a Resonite.
Yeah, you're talking
You were
about
trying to
Resonite,
experiment with
yes,
those?
it's amazing.
Yes.
It's so good.
It's okay, I guess. Now, and you'll have to draw people away from VRChat in order to do that, just like they did with what's that other one that I can't remember right now?
Chill
Chill
out.
Out VR?
The
Yeah.
German team, Chill Out. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Chill Out. You know how that worked. The guy who made the horror worlds, by what's his name again? I forgot. But he defected VRChat because they were deprecating SDK2 because the future versions of Unity that they were looking into to get more features out of VRChat just didn't support SDK2 supposedly, which is why he defected and went to Chill Out VR and said, "You are a very self-centered person."
Are you talking about official
who,
Seon?
Didn't
Yeah.
yes, official Seon.
Yeah, okay.
A self-centered person who didn't think twice of or even three times about using tools, SDK3 conversion tools, and having friends to do that.
Exactly.
No, he just kept it that way for about a year, and he tried to make one in Chill Out VR. But here's the thing: once VRChat regained control after EAC was implemented, nobody wanted to go to Chill Out anymore. You had to lure your friends in order to get to Chill Out. Today, or should I say last night, I opened out Chill Out. There's 36 people in there right now.
Yeah, it's
Whoa! In like the whole game,
the
or
whole
Yes,
platform. Yeah,
the entire platform. 36 people.
Yep.
36
Damn.
people. Hmm.
But yeah, they're so
well,
small
because I was
beans.
going to say
Because like when they had the old EAC
Uh,
thing or like the service VRC servers were crashing for New Year's, people jumped shipped over there,
Mhm.
and after them surpassing, I think 1,000 users, they broke their entire Souls thing. It's like, okay, you're not ready for this. You're not ready for an influx or
That's
anything.
great. With my personal thoughts about Chill Out VR, I like it. I don't play it really. I used to with the whole EAC thing,
Yeah.
which that's why I think EAC was a good thing for VR chat into a sense, because one, it got people to try other games in the
other
social VR
platforms,
space,
yeah.
and I think that was a really, really good thing, because you actually see these little communities inside these other games and stuff, and competition's always a good thing anyway. So it's better for the customers, better for the computers, because then it makes it very, very competitive and everything like that. But my personal thoughts on Chill Out VR is that I've always felt like it was made out of spite, of like,
Yes.
hey, we don't like VR chat and we're going to make this. And that's like my only real big reason why I don't like it, because of that. It shouldn't have been, to me, it's like, if you want to make a game that's similar and open source and all that to VR chat, you should do it at the love of social VR, not out of like, hey, screw you, Tupper, I'm going to make this game. Like, I know he doesn't make the game or anything like that, but
yeah.
I hope you get my reasoning behind it.
I get the gist of what you're saying.
And that's always what kind of didn't sit right with me with it. Because I would actually do stuff in Chill Out VR and stuff like that, because I love open source software. It's like my favorite game engine of all time is Godot, and I love using what's another one that's open source? I think Krita. It's like a painting tool thing. I think it's open source, but don't quote me on that. And like other tools that are open source, because it's just better in a sense, because you can actually see like, hey, this is what they're going to implement and stuff, and if you know how to code and all that too, you can add more features to it and stuff if you need to.
Yeah,
or you can build stuff off of it depending on the license.
Yeah, I started getting into the old, when Chill was kind of taking off. I was trying to get a little bit into it, because I did I uploaded my world from here, Whistler Lounge. That's the only world I have of mine that's up there. But the features on it, like, because they're using a different version. Well, they're using the same version of Unity now, but their SDK was completely different. They have different features. There was just
Customized worlds.
God,
Really?
really?
That would be kind of cool.
How? Okay, sorry.
But
Something's wrong with the audio, or is it me? Oh no.
No, okay. So when I was moving the window down, because again, OVR Toolkit is a piece of shit. It minimized my window, and then it also inadvertently moved my slider down all the way down to 0.
Oh.
So
that's why I lock the sliders. Right click.
Are you
lock
telling
volume
me
controls.
that half of the episode that has no audio?
You can do that.
Yeah, the last 54 minutes.
Well, it's a good thing I'm recording too.
This is one of the best episodes we have ever in our lives.
No.
One time you lowered the volume.
No.
One time.
I inadvertently lowered the volume. No, it hasn't been. No. It's only been like it's only been. No.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad.
No, okay. To be fair, though, it wasn't the whole time. It was only like maybe a couple minutes.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Okay,
Also, I see that Hyrule XZ left the stage, and we've
you know what?
He could not handle being the guest co-host. So we have RulezVT's back on. RulezVT is back.
You know what? I've got a
Trev, you should
I've got
make
a
that
sound
whole bit
script
into,
that
like,
monitors inputs, and if the input is muted, it's within a certain amount of time, it will send out an alarm to your headset and say no game audio, or something similar, or you make it like a ringing ding or something like that. I've been working on this script for a while, but it's not perfected yet.
Dan has the ultimate streamer setup for
thank you.
all
I need
these
to make
little,
more scripts for
like
stuff.
video memes and other things that just happen.
Oh, yeah.
and all the stuff. So
yeah, I also have Adobe the entire toolkit, so I can edit photos, I can edit illustrations, modify audio to put on my soundboard. Also, do other things.
Now,
I even
you know
write
that's
video
subscription-based,
memes
right?
and use them as Twitch viewer rewards on there. So, sorry?
That's subscription based, right?
Script?
No, the Adobe thing. It's just...
No, actually, no.
Okay.
If you're a follower, it'll take it. But if you're not a follower, then of course it'll not take it. It's for security reasons. So, yeah. But if somebody cashes in, like, for example... Oh?
No, I was saying the Adobe that you said you have everything on. Is that a subscription based?
Yes, it's a monthly subscription,
Okay.
unfortunately.
So
I did get a deal when it was like 50% off for a year. And now they went back to normal.
Good.
But you know what? I mess around with it quite a lot with any of the apps that are available to me. So it's like a huge library of tools that you can work with.
So there's a controversy going on right now with Adobe subscriptions that's been kind of going around. So there's people that have subscribed monthly, right? And so the way that right now Adobe is doing their stuff is you can subscribe yearly or monthly. The people that have opted in monthly are being hit with like hundreds of dollars of cancellation fees because they still have to pay the remainder of the months of their year left that they have.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's what's been going on. So
normally I don't see that. Adobe, I wouldn't think that Adobe would do that.
Yeah,
but
no.
if
So
there's ironclad proof that they are doing that.
Well.
Yeah, that is a huge issue.
Yeah, so right now, I think the
there's
U.S.
a guy
Supreme
that I
Court
watch
has put in a lawsuit for Adobe saying, "Hey, you guys are screwing around people. It's like, don't do this." Like it's like I saw them. Yeah, I'm like,
these class action lawsuits.
Yeah.
First it was what was it? Facebook.
Yeah.
Then monopolizing with Microsoft, Google again. Google's doing the Microsoft thing. Then there's somebody else, another company is doing that, and it just got slammed by the FBI just recently. And then now Adobe, this is news to me right now. So, I don't know. You could cancel it, and then if they said they had beg you to take 50% off, I'd take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's just like you
true.
think if you're. See, most people assume that if you're doing a monthly subscription, you're going to be paying a little bit more per month because it's going to be cheaper to do a year. Not everyone can do the whole year thing, but then if they cancel halfway through their year on the monthly and they're being dinged, oh hey, you still owe us like $500.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you would try to go with the older versions. There's absolutely no support for them. So if they add new features, you're not going to see that. So you're not going to see that. And if even if it's going to be the new operating system compatible, that's also another thing. We're now going into Windows. We're in Windows 11. I hear Windows 12 is now in the works. It's like, come on, slow down, guys. It's not that soon.
Let's
I thought Windows 11 was the last version of Windows.
The last version?
I thought they were like, hey, we're not making more.
I don't know.
They said that,
I've heard.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't put it past me if they did make another one. But
the next one will be
because
all
they said
AI
Windows 10
based,
was the last
sure.
version. And then they made Windows 11, and then they said, "Hey, this is going to be the last version." So something tells me they're going to make Windows 12, but
it'll be Windows 12. It'll just be all AI.
Yeah, but anyway,
I do. It is in the works.
I do have a question for both of you, though. I just thought about it because we was talking about Adobe and like Photoshop and everything else. What do you all think about piracy?
Oh man, that's a tough
thing back in the days when they were trying to go worm around. It's the same thing as wrecking and modding software just to make it work for you. You have no guarantees. You could get doxxed.
Yeah.
The vulnerabilities of modding any piece of software against their TOS. They can actually end your license and mark you as a permanent suspended user.
Well, the other thing too is it's a lot harder nowadays because everyone's like, oh hey, we're going to give you like a bunch of free like a keygen or something else online, and then you download something and it's just literally a virus, and it's you just find that all over the place.
Yeah.
Or there's like I've seen like
I tried to get like I tried to get like Windows 8 is it Windows 8 on Windows 7 for my older computers. The license that they were given to me, which was nice and cheap, of course, only lasted for 1 year. Next thing you know, I see this pop up and
That's
a
awful.
watermark on the corner of my screen, blanking my background photo, saying this copy of Windows is not genuine. I called Microsoft support, and they say I only had a 1-year license.
That's awful.
And that's kind of the problem too with buying
but-
Windows. Like, there's a lot of those like G2A and other places that you can actually buy Windows keys for like $10, but you don't know where they even come
Yeah.
from, and they could expire or
Yep.
be
That's true,
revoked,
too.
right? So
Yeah, yeah, the hidden
but
agenda right there.
what I was-
They scam you. They scam you.
I've been scammed on G2A.
Yeah. But
So I bought when Forza Horizon 5 was coming out, it was like the big hype and everything, everyone wanted to play it. So it's like, oh hey, there's a decent copy on here, so I get it. And they sent me a key for Forza Motorsport 5, which is a completely different game and made, I don't know, I want to say like 10
That's
years
funny.
ago. And then I'm like, hey, okay, this is the wrong end. And they're like, oh, unfortunately, you've already redeemed it, so we can't refund you the difference or anything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll just never use your service
Really?
again. I have not touched that website ever since then. That was like 5 years ago.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
That's
no,
dog
it's just-
shit, man. That's awful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this,
Oh yeah.
I guess I should assume that of that question, but I was going to say more about to where there was this tweet that I saw about. So there was this guy who ended up pirating this indie game, right? And
Hmm.
he was like, I love pirating indie games, and I will say this: please support your indie game developers. Don't pirate.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. We're not supporting piracy.
Especially,
But
yeah, Voices of the Void. I was blown away by the incredible efforts of the team that they did. So
yeah, the game, it was called like Ultra Kill or something like that. But the developer of Ultra Kill came on. He came on Twitter and tweeted it and said stuff of like, it's no matter of the way, piracy is actually technically a good thing because it gives you free access to other things of like movies and TV shows and other stuff to help you create media to get out. And that was his point of view of it and stuff. And I'm kind of like,
it's
about
kind
it,
of a
'cause I'm
gray
not gonna
area,
sit here
to
and
be
say
honest.
I
wait, what?
haven't,
Yeah.
because so what it is, it's because in other countries and stuff, it's very, very hard to get some types of media. So a lot of people pirate, and on other times, some people like want to watch a TV show and stuff, and it's like, well, this TV show's on any of the streaming services that I have. Plus, you had to have like 15 different ones, and it's just a lot easier to go to a website and just watch the TV show you want to watch. And also, it's like same thing with anime and
Yeah,
stuff.
you can
this
thank
other
Napster
stuff. It's just super
for
easy to do it nowadays.
exploiting the MP3 revolution there.
God,
Exactly.
Napster. That's
So,
the name I haven't heard in years.
So there's this like amazing quote by Gabe, which I kind of like make it to my type of thing. Piracy is not a price problem. It's more of a access problem or easy of access, because what's going to be easier more is like, for example, if I wanted to play let's say Legend of Zelda, I'm trying to think of one. Let's say Wind Waker, okay? I have it, but anyway, let's say I really want to play Wind Waker, right? I want to play it onto the console, everything else, nothing more, all right? So I have my console, I go out, try to buy the game, it's like $400 because of the indie game, the retro game market is just skyrocketed with it. It's a lot better now, but it's just like $600, $500. I'm not going to pay that. And Nintendo's not giving me an option to go out and buy their game that I really want to buy. So why not pirate it? That's kind of like a lot of people's like look of it.
That's one
And that's
being
kinda like-
led to piracy. That is one thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of my looks about it too, into a sense. I'm not. Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you got,
I'm just
yeah.
putting that out now.
You
in my
wouldn't download a
iTunes,
car.
which I had like really old files of
Download
from
a car.
the different computers that I had. It is now flagging for
Yeah.
for suspicious content or a known virus that's been messing around with it until now.
I guess kind of this is kind of a weird transition, but I just thought about it too. What's your thoughts about the Internet Archive being sued?
What? Wait, I haven't heard that one.
So yeah, so
The
what
Internet
happened is back in
Archive was
2020.
meant to
Yeah, you're good. But I just want to kind of update Trev on about this the whole entire case. So what happened is in 2020, the Internet Archive was like giving out books and stuff, right? But what they said was, hey, you have to have a physical book to upload to their website for other people to use. So it's kind of like a PDF that people can read.
Okay.
But Internet Archive gave people infinite amounts of books.
Yep.
So I didn't have to have a physical book. I can go and read it. So the big publishers of the book companies were like, hey, that's piracy. Stop. And technically, yeah, it really kind of was. And so now there's like this lawsuit between Internet Archive and these big publishing companies, and it probably will hurt the website completely because Internet Archive is supposed to be used for documentation and what's the word?
Basically, taking a snapshot of your websites for preservation.
Yeah, preservation. That's like the whole big thing about it because you can find anything on Internet Archive. But it might be.
Well, books you can find it at the Library of Congress.
Yeah, I always love going back on the old websites. Even like my old websites from like 15 years ago. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when I did that.
Oh yeah,
That's
I was
cool.
able to find stuff that I couldn't find online right now because these websites have been shut down for just deprecation. Deprecation.
Oh.
Just out of service. Resources no longer supported, or old material. So it's nice to have something to go back to find these old materials. And if I have like an old object that I suddenly inherited for free, I'd like to find out if I can bring it back to life. So, Trevady, you have any more questions for me? I know we're really stretching this podcast right now.
Actually, you know what? I'm okay with the longer time. So I recently I'm the one who edits all the episodes and everything, all the audio and all the video and stuff like that. And I've been using Vegas Pro for like the last decade, and I'm like, it keeps crashing on me.
I used to use it like decades ago.
Yeah, once it got bought up by Magic. Shut the fuck up. But also, yes.
Vegas Pro utilizes your CPU to provide the most effective,
it's awful,
high quality material that movie productions use.
It's kind of trash now because it was bought out by Magic, and the quality went downhill with it. But basically, what's happened is like when you look at your preview of all the stuff you're editing, you can't have it in full quality because it will just lag out your PC and lag out the project. I have to put it in the most garbage potato quality to even see what to get to any sort of thing. So I'm like, okay, I gotta find some other alternatives.
I don't even know if.
So
I don't even know if Vegas Pro 9 will work on my Windows 11. I may have to tell it to run a compatibility check and see if that works. Because I still have old files from them. Believe it or not.
Isn't it real like Vegas Pro 20?
Okay, yes, they have Vegas Pro 20
Vegas Pro 9
right now. I have 8, so I use 18.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, damn, that's extremely old. It's like, is that even going to work on Windows? Like, can the compatibility even work with it? Like,
they'll do the best it can, but if it's there's code that's been customized, forget it.
Yeah, I tried. I didn't. So I subscribe to the Humble bundle. Sometimes there's some interesting bundles on there, like you get Unity assets and all sorts of other things on there. But that's where I've gotten a lot of Vegas Pro. Yeah. So every time they do a Humble bundle for video editing, they have the next edition of Vegas Pro on there. So I have the newest one, which is 19. But the problem with that one, I've had even more issues with that. So I traced back to 18. 18's okay, but I was like,
here's the thing: they don't offer updates to that software.
No, they don't.
In order to get the best of it, you have to you actually have to upgrade to the newest software. So if I'm using Vegas 9 to get the newest features, you have to upgrade to Vegas 10 and pay a discounted supported fee to purchase.
Yeah, so every time I opened it up, it's like, hey, do you want to upgrade to the next version? It's only $698, but hey, we'll give you a discount for $199. I'm like, no thanks.
Do you want to upgrade your version for $500?
Yeah, at one point in
That's
time,
awful.
Movavi, which is actually spelled out Movavi, was a premier tool to put on some really. I'm trying to think of a word and it's not coming to my head. Spinky, I don't know. Spiffy. My brain is farting right now. Okay.
How you know it's Friday?
There was a point of time that you could make some really cool videos, trendy videos. There we go. At a point of time, and at one point in time, they offered Movavi free, and I still have this free copy. It's no longer being offered on Steam right now, and there's no support for it either. It was a cool tool before I used Adobe Premiere Pro. But,
yeah, so
I think you could still use something else.
I've tried Premiere Pro.
I don't remember the other one.
It was just had a really steep learning curve. So a lot of people nowadays are using that DaVinci Resolve.
But once I got to it,
I mean, I played around with that for a couple of days, and the most recent episode that went out on Thursday, yeah. I ended with DaVinci Resolve, so it has way better audio fine tuning options in there. I can actually get rid of all the background noise and stuff in there. Vegas doesn't have that. I'm able to color correct a lot better.
I can tell you guys tips and tricks on how to make better recordings in OBS, from OBS, I should say.
I got that pretty timed down. Everyone that was on a separate audio track, so it makes it so much easier to edit.
Of course.
But I was like, oh crap, this so the render time. So like a typical 1 hour, like one of these 1 hour episodes would take me between 3 to 4 hours to render out completely. For a proper video.
That's what I thought. It actually used your CPU to render, and if you don't have a fast supporting CPU, I can see why it took so long.
I'm running a 5900X.
And of course, no hardware acceleration.
Yeah, it's stupid. Anyway, so I edits everything, and what's nice about DaVinci Resolve is if you're cutting out a clip, if you hit the delete, like the backspace button, it will just delete that part of the clip. If you hit delete, it will cut out the little. So if you cut out two, let's say you have a timeline, and you cut out here, and then you cut out, like, I don't know, a few seconds later here. If you hit the delete key and not the backspace key, it will actually delete the entire segment and then shove it forward. Which makes,
I use Control X.
That's an interesting feature.
Which makes things so much easier because I don't have to constantly drag. It just automatically just does it.
Yeah, that's why I like. That's because that's why I used to edit my videos when I made videos. But
I also have a tool in Premiere Pro. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Get ahead of myself.
No, you can go. It's fine. No, you're good.
I also have a tool. I got different tools in Premiere Pro. So not only that I can just, create a section, cut it out, there's this drag tool that drags everything, all the sources across. You can move it left or right, shrink it to make it a good cut, and you can even nest the sources together to make one cool effect if you wanted to, or capture this thing like putting sources together, audio, video, to create either a stinger effect or some other cool feature, overlay or something like that. The possibilities are unlimited.
DaVinci has something similar like that. You can actually group audio and clips and all that kind of stuff, and they also have folders, so you can organize everything in a proper hierarchy, which is so nice.
It also has a built-in organizer too.
It's really nice. Also, I like the fact they have you can auto generate captions, so it makes it a lot easier for shorts. Before in shorts, I was just typing each. Yeah, so they have a feature in DaVinci Resolve 18, I believe, is the free version that they have.
Probably have like 16 or 17.
And they have a caption thing, so it will literally go through all your entire video form and then just pick up all the audio.
So wait, that's in the free version now?
That's in the free version now.
Oh, because it was in the pro version.
Yeah, no,
I saw.
They must have changed that because everyone's uploading shorts nowadays and TikToks and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, I gotta get that now. Okay, when you said what version that was, wait, I gotta get that right now. Wait, whoa.
There's even a website that you can do this spunky text now, and it's a cool thing when it lasted, but now it's tiring. so to speak.
Oh yeah, it's kind of overused.
But
a
don't
nice-
overdo it. Use it to point out a certain part of or key point of the video.
So the nice thing about that too, with the whole caption thing, that you can set up a whole caption system. You can also export a caption file, which then you can upload to YouTube to have YouTube captions instead of the auto-generated ones, which are kind of trash if you have closed captioning on your videos, which is kind of cool. But yeah,
well,
when
I have closed captioning on my streams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I
Do you mean DaVinci
Yeah.
Resolve 19?
It's an add-on tool.
oh, there's 19 now. I only ever saw 18.
Are you downloading it now?
Oh yeah, I went to the website. I'm
I
telling.
didn't know
I
there's
have
19.
DaVinci
I'll
Resolve.
check
I
it
love
out
the.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah, like. To be honest, I don't know if you ever seen my videos, Dan, but with all the videos I ever
Yeah, I
made
saw
was
your
in
videos.
DaVinci Resolve.
They're kind of weird. I actually made one of you. You said something about farting in your rap, and I just took advantage of it.
What? I need to
Well,
see
you don't
this.
remember?
Like,
It's in my shorts.
Wait, farting? Wait, back it up. Farting
well, I
in your
gotta show you
rap?
shorts then.
You were rapping. I was like, I gotta take a shit soon, or something like that, and I substituted with a fart. And it's like,
I was. Don't you remember? It was like that. It was like a very, very long time ago and stuff, and I just randomly started making like this freestyle on the spot, and I start talking about like pooping my pants or something. It was just
there
out
you
of
go.
the blue.
Well, we now know what the title of this episode will be.
Yeah, you
Thank
started a beat, and then you just ruined it by pooping your pants.
We'll have two. We'll have two
Okay,
titles
I'm
in
outta
here. It's fine.
That's what you've been doing anyway.
That's what I've been doing anyway. But yeah, no. So when I like, so on Tuesday or Wednesday, when I was like, okay, I'm finished editing everything out. I have to, because when it was rendering for 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours, I could not use my PC because
Oh
it would
my
just
god!
it'd brick my PC.
Oh, yeah,
it was
because
just
you're
rendering.
Make everything
Yeah.
crawl.
It just crawled. Anyway, so
yeah.
so
Full
I
CPU resources right from that app.
So I was like, okay, fine. I have some free time. I'm just going to allot my PC to do this. So I save everything. And nice thing DaVinci Resolve has is H.265, which is actually a newer codec than H.264. Cause it has
Yeah, speaking about that, I got something.
smaller file sizes, crisper video and all that kind of stuff, which is really nice.
Video.
So anyway, so
There's another advantage
rendered,
of H.265.
and the 1 hour episode, which was episode 7, which I just uploaded, rendered in 18.5 minutes. 18.5 minutes
Wow.
versus 4 hours. I'm like, okay, this can't be the entire thing. So I scrubbed the whole
That's
thing. I'm
pretty
like,
good. That's
holy crap. Okay, I'm using this from now on, because then I had my evening was free. I'm like, oh, sweet. I have all this free time that I had allotted for rendering a video, which I no longer need to do. So that
that's
was the
good.
night where I started redoing all the thumbnails, because I'm like, I have all this free time. Let me do something else.
Hey, yeah, there you
So
go.
now we
I
have
really like the thumbnails.
Now we have thumbnails on our videos. So yeah,
I do know you use
There you
generative
go.
AI on them.
yeah, maybe.
Don't say, "Oh, baby." I know you do. Like,
Oh,
half
you
of
mean
them
like
I can tell.
the furry the person dressed up as a furry touching grass?
The furry. Oh yeah, the furry touching grass. The anime girl that has the firework.
No, gas. 'Cause, gasoline.
Oh yeah, gasoline. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause didn't I say snorting a line of gasoline? I don't remember.
You did say snorting
Heck,
a gas.
there's gonna be. What's the other one? There's like another one as well too. But I really do like how you made them. Like I do
Yeah.
think that's actually really good, because it's not the whole image; it's like a portion of it.
Yeah, so I
and
used
the
to
rest
use
of it just kind
a-
of tells you. I think it's really good.
I used to use an online platform called Placeit. So you can actually make like thumbnails and
Oh, yeah.
banners and stuff for different like things that you do on there. But it's like $25 a month. It's too expensive. So I'm like, okay, I've used this in the past. Hey, let's look through their category library of stuff. Let's see if I can recreate it in Photoshop. I was able to make it something better. It actually looks better than some of the stuff I saw in there. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh wow, yeah, that's normal how it goes too.
Yeah.
I was going to, I forgot. Oh yeah, I was going to say that you ever use Photopea, but
I've only ever used
Photopea.
used Photoshop, so
it's Photopea is a free alternative that is like scarily similar to Photoshop. It's like
okay.
almost feature
Interesting.
complete.
Gaily,
Yeah.
right?
Like it's scary of how close that is. It's like they're like edging on a lawsuit. Scary of how close.
Oh. As long as they don't
it's like,
copy their methods, you know, you can take their ideas. That's
I
no
don't think they're
problem.
gonna
But
copy
if you
the
copy
methods.
their methods, that's a copyright or patent issue. Patent issues
Yeah,
are very
it's like,
serious
well,
issues.
It's like very well. I never used it, so I don't really know. But it's like it is very close of how you would do it in Photoshop, kind of into a sense. Like if you want to do like a layer mask,
Oh yeah.
it's like the same exact way. If you wanted to like make a new like layer and stuff and do like an image and stuff, it's the same exact way as Photoshop.
Yeah, because like,
like that's why I mean like it's kind. It's kind of like they're on the line, like that's what I'm kind of talking about, which is kind of cool, but kind of like, I hope this don't go away.
Actually,
It's really cool,
the half moon shaped thing that I have on the thumbnails is just using a clipping mask. So it you just take an image, overlay it, and then it will clip it to that shape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if there's other programs that offer that kind of stuff, I might check them out because because I'm using a pretty old version of Photoshop, and every so often it's like, hey, your version's no longer supported anymore.
Do you want to upgrade?
Please upgrade. It's basically what they're trying to get me to switch to the subscription model of stuff. I'm like, how do I fix this? So I had to go look up a way of essentially blocking Photoshop from connecting to the internet when I use it, so it doesn't get disabled from Adobe saying, hey, you can't use our old version anymore. Switch to a subscription. So dumb.
I know we're talking about old software and stuff.
Con effects of, or should I say, the cons of having monthly subscription based.
The other thing with the Adobe too
software.
is
that's true.
they have, I think, because of that whole lawsuit thing that's going on. So any content that you create with their Photoshop or Adobe or whatever else, they have the rights to, and they can use it for AI purposes.
That's stupid.
And I wasn't aware
That's
of.
dumb.
Yep.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't believe everything they say.
No.
But if there's a real lawsuit that's generating
I've seen enough stuff floating around.
That's certainly something. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, AI started to get
floating around.
I do think it should be up.
This so-called pink news, where these more and more fake news outlets pop up. Thanks to Trump, I hate you.
That's fair.
Well, it's now happening. It's now killing the real news networks. You know, I have Chicago Tribune. Sometimes they're struggling right now. And of course, all the other news sources. You know, Fox News. F you. You're screwed with all your fake news. You might as well relabel Fox News as fake news. You should do that.
Most of my information I get through is either from Reddit or like Twitter/X or whatever else.
That's even worse.
I mean, it's probably worse.
Snopes.com, SNOPS. They actually go out of their way to let you know what's truthful and what's not. Any piece of email, news bit, or other things that have been circling around, they'll conduct investigations to find out whether this is true. And if it's not, of course it's not. Cool. There's also PolitiFact. You know, strictly onto the politics of our government, justice, and all the other government-related stuff. So PolitiFact also has it. If somebody lies like the most terrible thing of mankind, they get a rating called Pants on Fire. And that's a very bad rating.
That's actually really cool.
You see the needle poke to Pants on Fire, and you see it catch fire. That's a very bad thing.
I was gonna say they're gonna have to be working extra hard the next little while because like AI and stories and all that, like the people can make like fake pictures and stuff. Like it's just
AI stores what it's programmed to do. So and it will work
That's
from
true
there.
too.
You give the resource.
Yeah.
If you give the resources, that's what's going to do. If you give bad resources,
Yeah.
that's what's going to do. If you ever take a look at the AI channel where Donald Trump and President Biden are debating, it's all AI generated. All you have to do is ask a question on their Discord, and then they come up with these heinous, wild, and crazy speeches about why you're hanging around with them. Why did you ask this question? All the other stuff. The guy who was behind it is brilliant. He actually used this AI source, video sources, to mock their mimic the, or should I say lip syncing? There we go, lip syncing, and it's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It's still one of the most popular Twitch channels that we see right now. He also has Jesus, but people were trying to break the system too, because they were trying to make like out of the crazy bad worded syllables. So he when it comes to a name, it was like, and the name is like, yeah, and some of the people were actually laughing their asses off. Even a Vera Chat employee was just laughing his ass off because of this. That people were trying to break the AI after trying to saying these what in the world these symbols the words means.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you see Jesus is like doing his calm gestures and all the other stuff and explaining it like I'm doing right now, is doing other things. So, but basically what they do is they could have control of lip syncing and to the AI generated speech with an AI generated voice that works with that.
Yeah.
So he has actually two channels, Jesus and Trump versus Biden. So if you want to get some good laughs out of Trump versus Biden, I highly recommend watching that. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all computers running, including AI.
We have a comment.
They even donate to the presidents, and you can see who is winning by the most donations that president has.
That's awesome.
We have a comment here for the audience. Says,
I don't know.
Pink news sounds like a porno.
Yeah.
So
pink news. Yeah, think of fake news as pink news. There you go.
Yeah,
they're painted pink. They're nothing true.
I was going to say
no red, white, and blue and such.
I don't.
Even as a spy.
I'm trying to remember the name of this app thing, Bob, because you was talking about how
Discord thing?
about fake news and stuff like that and everything else.
Yes.
But there's an app that I remember seeing.
Yeah, there is an AI news generator now.
Well, yeah, of
oh my
course
god,
there is.
we could do like cat girl goes rapid in VR chat.
There you go. Or just ask ChatGPT to write a newspaper article about this and that and that and this and that, and they'll go wild. They will, based on the facts that they found on the internet.
Yeah, it's dumb. But there's like this tool
there's
or
even
like this website but there's like this tool or this website that what it does, it's like, let's say I don't know, like a news topic came on, like a typical thing. Like, let's talk about something recent, like New Mexico being on fire, right? Like it's literally like burning down to the ground. Yeah. Have you not heard about that? It's like the apocalypse. It's like a wild forest fire.
Wildfires are now becoming a common thing because of carelessness from you know who. Which is why I asked my Congress to pass a vigorous bill that is now in law. I'm sorry to cut you off, Hyrule. I'm very sorry about that. I'll finish this up quickly. $500 fine for throwing your cigarettes out the window and letting and you have like a 1 of 10 chance of lighting a meadow on fire. And then a second offense is 10 times as much plus jail time. So yeah, I've seen meadows on expressways catch on flames
today I was
people were so careless
of
throwing your cigarette butts out the window. Too many of them. So
I was following someone on the highway today, and
literally
just through the cigarette. I'm like, why are we doing that? We have like anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just
And when it bounces off your windshield, it looks like it exploded.
okay. Let's all shut up here.
That's a good point.
You're over the
We'll go back to that. But there's like this website. What it will do is it will actually give you both from the right and from the left. So like, let's say that the left's saying like, New Mexico is on fire and stuff. 15,000 people evacuated. While the right's saying the fire was made by aliens and took over everything else and invaded my butthole.
Oh yeah.
Like, but it will give you from both sides of like their perspective.
A website of politics,
which I thought was really, really interesting.
Aliens invaded your
but
butthole. That's a
how
good
it would like
too.
give you. So you can kind of like go
whether
back
it's
and
the music is from the left, whether the news is from the left or the news is from the right, or if it's centralized, both parties. So this is like they think of the parties like the West is like the Democrats, or the East or the right is from Republicans. So they try to give you the news as it's been sourced from many news outlets, and they will show you how many are sourcing this as biased or centralized.
Yeah, exactly.
If I remember the name of the news site,
I think that's really, really good, because I feel like the more you get it from, the better. For you can make your own decision. Because in the end of the day, make your own decisions, by all means. But let's go back to talking about the cigarette butt thing.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. How would they charge someone for that? Because I feel like if you're driving a car, like, let's say... well, like, let's say you're, like, driving a car, like, 80 miles per hour, and you throw a cigarette butt out the window. How do they know that you threw it?
Witnesses. Everyone has like that.
You're in front of that person, and you threw the cigarette out, and the cigarette flies right onto your windshield. It goes poof. With all the red ashes, and you think it's
I didn't think about that. That's
exploded.
a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Someone sees you throwing out, and just about everyone nowadays has dash cams, so they should be able to pick that up. So like it's.
Hey, that's true too. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay, so there would be a way, because I agree that should be something that they should at least be fined for. We've
been going for about an hour and a half here. Probably want to wrap it up. Unless you did you go through all your topics there?
Not all of them, but I feel like. Well, I feel like how it went so naturally and stuff. It was so good. Like I thought I could do all the topics, and everything else. Well, I will say to this, Dan, you were an amazing guest by all means. Like that was awesome. I loved it. I think this is one of my favorite episodes. Right. Just
top
beforehand,
guest.
And everything else. It's not. I will not.
All right. On that note.
He died!
Oh, man. All right.
Dang. What if we get him back next episode? Let's just have him on for like 20 seconds. Be like, I'm not dead.
Oh, man.
But before we go, I will say this is one of my favorite episodes. Just because of how deep conversations we had with Dan. My favorite episode of all time is with Jorah's to Stitch.
Yep.
Because of like the thing of me going, oh, what are your pronouns? And him saying, I touch grass was the funniest thing to me ever.
Okay, so when I was
today will still be the funniest thing.
When I was editing that, like you laughed so many times and throughout that episode. I think but I just did a compilation of just you laughing. Like you're just going at it. Oh man,
that's awesome. But I gotta download DaVinci Resolve, and tomorrow I think I'm gonna make another episode. I want to get back into video making. I will say that I want to really get back into it.
Well, if Dan,
I don't know what I want to make it about, but I will.
If Dan doesn't come back, we can shout out him.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have OVR. Oh, we'll just do this. All right.
This is so scuffed right now.
Well, if you want to watch my streams and stuff, is that Dan Dude VR. You can follow me here on Twitter, which is Dan Dude VR. Twitter, I'm pretty sure. If you want to catch.
No, that's the wrong laugh. You gotta do the other laugh.
So stupid. stupid. Dan, we love you by all means, but go catch out Dan. You can go.
Oh my god, that might be the funniest
you
thing
can go
ever.
to his streams,
Holy-
which is Dan Dude VR. You can catch him onto his streams, his Twitter. He's also placed here on VR chat. If you see him into the public world, go up to him, say hi. He's a great guy, very, very chill, very, very humble, amazing individual. I'm glad we're friends and everything else. So, what in the world did I just do? What the?
I like how this went from like the best episode ever to the most scuffed in all of like 5 minutes.
Well, it's us. It's us, Trev.
Oh
of
my
course
God.
it will.
And we are back.
What? So yeah, I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv/DanDudeVR. You can also check me out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@DanDudeVR. You can also check me out at TikTok, which I don't support anymore because they bombed my last video. TikTok.com/@DanDudeVR. Yeah, I think people hate the VTubers, and that's why there's a big bash right there. It's
Yeah,
pathetic.
I uploaded that one short on TikTok, and it's got no traction.
I got no views. It's pathetic. I give up. Even though TikTok is gonna get banned in the United States anyway, so I give up.
Also, go to. Is there any like public worlds you like mainly join or something? If like some of our audience plays VR chat or something like that, is there like a particular world you like to join a lot?
I have now what's called Transparency. You just saw that.
Oh yeah, I love that world.
It's a really cool 3-level home style glass house with 2 pools. Well, actually, one is a jacuzzi, and the pool also has
Hot tub.
side windows, so you can see.
Trev.
Yeah, pinball. Yeah, people swim. Pinball. Also has a few
Why don't
games
we
too.
ask-
You can play chess. You can play pool. You can go to a little canopy out there with a fire, so to keep you warm during cold summer nights. So that's cool. You even got a moat that surrounds my house.
Wait, what were you
Oh.
gonna say?
Why
The
haven't we asked
Transparency home.
what their favorite worlds
That's my
are
home. I think that's a really cool
when we're
world.
playing VR chat?
I don't know, man. I mean, okay.
I'm gonna
I
show
just not realized
you.
that.
I was gonna say you hang out in the Great Pug a lot too, so we can also find you there.
Hey Trev, don't forget to use this phrase at the end of your WAWTA. Another amazing of WAWTA. Join us next time of the next. Oh wait, it's not even. Okay, I'll restart that. It wasn't even on me or anybody.
Nice.
So it was only on Dan.
I'll never leave. I'll never leave. It's anime night, and I'll never leave.
Well, hey Trev, don't forget to use this phrase in the next end of your WAWTA. Another amazing episode of WAWTA. Join us next time for the next episode of. What are we talking about?
I like turtles. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.